أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأنصاره أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters. Inshallah, we'll carry on today with the real salaf. So, maybe inspire you to copy 5-10% of them, or if you are a scumbag using the terminology of salaf, you have to know you are a liar. Today we're having one of the great people of the truth. His name is Saeed ibn Jubair radallahu anhu arda. He's titled the sword of the truth, and to him the leadership of the Muslim Ummah at his time, in the Umayyad time. He was a servant to an Imam, and he was from Abyssinia. The leadership of Muslim Ummah was belonged to a Muslim from Abyssinia. Who's that person? سئل حصيف ابن عبد الرحمن عن أصحاب and the student of Ibn Abbas رضي الله عنه وارضاه. He said, أعلمهم, the most knowledgeable of them in Quran is Mujahid, and the most knowledgeable of them in Hajj is Ata, and the most knowledgeable of them in divorce is Saeed ibn Musayyib, and the most knowledgeable of all of them is Saeed ibn Jubair radiallahu anhu wa arda. From Kufa he went to Mecca, to Medina, and he met Ibn Abbas radwanullah alayh. And Ibn Abbas asked him, where are you from? And he said, I'm from Bani Asad. And he asked him, from Arabs or Mawalihum, or the servant? And he said, I'm from the servant. And he said, don't say that again. Say, I'm from Bani Asad, whom Allah bless them. من الذين أنا من بني أسد من الذين أنعم الله عليهم. He took his knowledge from Imam Zain al-Din Abidin radallahu anhu arda. When the mercenary came to Mecca and Medina, it used to be a revolution, ثورة القراء. The real scholar who studied deen and implemented, not like Sudais and Kilbani and this filth. Under the leadership of Abdullah ibn Zubair, and he got crucified in Kaaba. And the leadership of Ibn al-Ash'ath from 81 to 84 Hijri. Saeed ibn Jubair, Anas ibn Malik, Amr ibn Shurahabil, Amr ibn Dinar. This name, brother, have very, very big weight in Islam. After 3 months, they got defeated. And the reason of the going against Bani Umayyah is the oppression and the humiliating Muslims. And when Abdul Malik ibn Marwan appointed Al-Hajjaj, it was a big disaster. And Ibn al-Athir, in his book Al-Kamil fi al-Tarikh, said this is the biggest problem happened to the Muslim. He ran away to Asbahan, Azerbaijan, and he became sad, and he went to Mecca. And it was a bounty on him. Everybody wanted to catch him. And then he became ashamed of himself. How I ran out from a tyrant instead of facing him and nothing gonna be changed. When my time comes. This is the biggest, the most important debate happened in Islamic history. Al-Hajjaj was a linguistic, and he was very knowledgeable in poet and Islamic ruling, but his desire, and we don't forget, he conquered Pakistan and India because of 12 women from Bangladesh. They come into Hajj and they get captured there. Even with all his filth, he's million times better than MBS and MBZ. When Al-Hajjaj saw him, he said, "What's your name?" And he said, "Saeed ibn Jubair." And Hajjaj didn't like that. He said, "Bal Shaqi ibn Kasir." Not Kathir too much. Kasir mean broken. Jubair mean unbroken. Saeed happy. Unbroken. He said, "No, but you are sad and broken." And he said, "My mother was more knowledgeable than you to call me what she called." And he said, "May Allah punish you and punish your mother." And he said, "Allah knows what in the unseen." And he said, "I'm gonna change you. I'm gonna change your life with this, with a fire you will never imagine." And he said, "If I knew that, I'll worship you." Look, brother, the confidence. And he said, "What do you say of Muhammad? What do you say of Muhammad alayhi salam?" He said, "Nabiyur Rahma Imam al-Huda," the Prophet of mercy and guidance. And he said, "What do you think of Ali ibn Abi Talib? Is he in hellfire or in paradise?" And said, "If I enter there, I will tell you where's he." And he said, "What do you think of the Caliph, the 4 Caliphs, Khulafa al-Rashidin?" He said, "Lest alayhum wakil." I'm not in charge. I'm not in charge of them. He could say they are in Jannah because there's a hadith about 10 people guaranteed to Jannah and 4 of them is Jannah. And he said, "Who is the best of them pleased his Lord?" And he said, "Allah only knows this." And he said, "Why are you laughing?" He didn't laugh for years. I said, "Why are you laughing now?" And he said, "I'm laughing because a man created from mud and the fire gonna eat him. And he's saying what you're saying." And he said, "Oh Saeed, woe to you." And he said, "No, woe to the people who being pushed away from Jannah and go to hellfire." And he said, which way you like, I send you Uber. And he told him, choose what you want to choose for yourself. Whatever you're going to do to me, I'm going to do to you in the day of judgment 100 times. And he said, if you want forgiveness, I don't think I'm going to give you any forgiveness. You don't deserve it. And he said, take him. Send Uber quickly. And Saeed, radiallahu anhu, laughed too much. And he said, why are you laughing again? And he said, I'm very, very shocked for a man have your aggressiveness on Allah and he's patient on you. And he said, send him to Uber. And he said, وجهت وجهي الذي فطر السماوات والأرض. Like he went to go to Kaaba. And he said, turn him away. Don't let him go to face Kaaba. And he said another verse, فأينما تولوا فثم وجه الله. If you cannot choose the Kaaba direction, it's the same. Allah will accept it. And he said, put him down on his face. And he said, منها خلقناكم وفيها نعيدكم ومنها نخرجكم تارة أخرى. And he said, now Uber, quickly. And before he get the Uber, he said, oh Allah, please don't let him oppress anybody after me. And this da'wah was accepted, because after that he got a disease in his tummy and the worm used to come out of him and he died. This is the real Muslim, brother. This is the real Salaf. Assalamu alaikum.